So this is a find I just made on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. I did a search for bicycle, which was something that the Second Life Bikes channel recommends if you're searching for bikes to get deals online. And so I did see what came up, and this was there for $10. It's a very interesting find, and I'll explain why. It is an Origin8, I think it's 2011. It is a CX700 or 700CX. So it's basically a cyclocross frame, but it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife of bike frames because you can set it up in any number of ways. What I've been reading online is some people set it up like a old school rigid mountain bike. Some people would set it up for cyclocross or touring, and the extremely wide tire clearance makes that possible. I was also reading you can actually even put 29-inch wheels on this thing if you wanted to. And you can set it up as a fixed gear, which is what the previous owner had done. Now the weird thing, a lot of weird things about this bike. The weird thing about this frame is it's got these screwed in cable guides, so you can take them off if you are into that sort of fixie aesthetic, I guess. But it's got, the same thing is true for the, or appears to be true for the cable guides down here, although not as obviously so. It is a Black Ops steel chromoly frame, 4130. And overall, it seems to be in decent shape. I haven't found any dents or cracks. There's a lot of little rusty spots, but for the age of the bike, I would assume that was going to be the case. I put air in the tires to see if I could ride it, and the tires still held air, which I was surprised about. The previous owner had it set up with these very weird mustache bars that are, I'm assuming, upside down. I don't know. I don't have any experience with this kind of bar. And they had these two lights. They have a double light thing going on here, which is interesting. And a Thomson stem, which is 25.4 millimeter clamp. So that's actually cool because I have a bunch of bars that will fit on this. So it's threadless. It's got this set here called King Sealed NoThreadSet, TM, which I've not heard of. It might be good, I don't know. Most of the bikes I work on are old school and threaded quill stems, but you know, this will be exciting to work on. It's got this cool sticker in the front, which I like a lot. It's got mismatched brakes, but both of them are Shimano. These are black Deore XL with some kind of aftermarket pad. Brakes work. The front one works better than the back one. The back one definitely needs to be adjusted. It's a really hot and really bad allergy day, so I should probably not be filming this at all. The front wheel is pretty cool. It's Weinman 700C DP18. It's got a machine braking surface. It's got some, what is it? Gator hardshell 23 millimeter front tires, which are super tiny. Will definitely not be staying on this bike. But the wheel itself, especially the hub, is in really, really good shape. It's very clean. I was not expecting to see such a clean hub, and the back is the same way, especially because you have these really rusty nuts here. So, but the hubs themselves are really in nice shape. You can see in the back, same thing. Got this setup fixed, as I said earlier. But look at this hub. It's super, super clean. It's a flip-flop hub. It's got actually a fixed setup. So it's got the threading for the lock ring on both sides. which is kind of cool. I've actually always wanted to try that with 2 different ratios. And it's got the, you know, the reverse dropouts, whatever they're called. I don't remember what they're called, but one thing I forgot to mention about the rear wheel is it is a track wheel that's doesn't have any machine braking surface. It's Velocity Aero and made in Australia. So that's a pretty cool find as well. Now this is one of the most interesting parts here is the crankset. It is a Campagnolo, if I can get it to focus here. Look at that great little logo there. You can see where it says made in Italy. I don't know what era this crankset is from, but it's pretty interesting. So hopefully I can reuse it. And it's right now they have 2 chain rings on it. So I don't know if this previous owner had 2 chains, it would switch back and forth. Although I think the chain line for the front, or the, you know, the bigger chain ring would probably not work. So maybe that's stuck. I'll find that out later on. Maybe it was just a 2x that they just wanted to adapt. Didn't want to change the bottom bracket. I don't know. It's part of the mystery of buying used bikes. And it has these clipless pedals, Axion it looks like, which I will not be using. But overall, it's a pretty wild find. Oh, I forgot to mention this kind of beat up, but still functional WTB saddle. So I think at this moment in time, my goal for this bike is to make a hybrid for my sister-in-law if the frame size works out. So some pretty decent sized tires, be able to tool around with the family, and it's a little bit of slack geometry, so that's good. I think it's really meant to be more of a cyclocross build or cyclocross frame. So we'll see. I don't know if that doesn't work out with the hybrid. What I might do is just make it a track lacrosse build or something else fun. I don't know. Maybe straight up cyclocross, since I don't have anything like that in my bike range. So I'd say I did pretty well for a Facebook Marketplace find at $10.